just want to be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird. My cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. We're ready. 57. Man, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Check 31.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Ready. Back 25. Watch the twist. 21. 58, Mike. Tackle. Base. 36.
On 2nd and 15 now. Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. And the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
59. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. From the 16, Mayfield. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Here's Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on that last drive, Whitford on 4th turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Freeman, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up Because otherwise, this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
53, Mike.
Hey, foxtrot.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. And who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Freeman. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. On third down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be second and goal. Now Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
And especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Demetrius Harris, the intended target, but it'll be second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. First down, Mayfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Freeman again, a first down carry. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking downfield for Joe. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch the eye.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Mayfield now.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Regular.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking deep for Julio. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Ryan now off the bootleg. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Tavecchio to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the hunt.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. A big pickup of 38.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 2nd and inches. Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Now Mayfield. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Hey, 59, ready. Hey, Tuesday.
Hey, Delta.
To throw is Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first. Oh, no, he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Good. 180. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield looks to throw. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play call, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, pretty good. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, ready. 53 is the mic. Here we go, D. All day, defense. All ready, set.
Here's Ryan. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Ready, 25, 22. Replay. 58. 53 is the mic. 53. Bravo. I got you. I got you. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Check pass.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.